Kia ora, welcome back. I'm getting better at remembering to do these videos. It's a beautiful night. Let me show you where I'm sitting. Family over there playing cricket on the beach. Big tradition in this country. Just out here on the sunset. Took an interesting photo of this building that's just over here. So that's the Surf Lifesaving Club for Foxton. Took this picture here. Couple of versions actually. Here's another one. Dunk. And just got a haircut. So looking all spiffy. Pretty stoked. Went to a new barber today. Actually tried out the barber school in Palmerston North. There's a training school there, and thought I'd give it a go. And got a barber named George, and had a good yarn. Gave me a good cut. Straightened my beard. Tidied my beard up. Super nice guy, and didn't charge me. So yeah, thanks George, you rule. I have a blog about beards and hair. It's kingpinsbeard.hair, and I do barber reviews. Well, I'm going to do barber reviews, and George's is going to be the first. So if you're in New Zealand, you're interested in hitting up George, I'm going to have a review of his 5-star service, and links to his socials as well if you want to hit him up for a cut. Young guy, only been training about since the beginning of the year, I think that's what he said, but very competent. Took his time, made sure I got what I actually wanted, which, to be honest, other than my mate who cuts my hair in Pairua and knows how I like it, he's probably the first person that's actually cut my hair how I wanted it in a hot minute. So yeah, very cool. Sunset's not spectacular. Wasn't spectacular tonight. I mean, it's beautiful, but no real clouds around to get that awesome cloud look that you're looking for, and that I look for in sunsets anyway. But yeah, just happy to be down here. It's beautiful. Sons of Slam. Oh, I've got weird hair all over my top. Well, this is my clothing brand, Sons of Slam, sonsofslam.com. With sort of automotive niche streetwear. And I've had a clothing brand, my own clothing brand, since 2000. I've changed names a few times, and this is the one that I have been doing for the last 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 years. But when I get some money together and I get my life back into order, that's going to be a big part of my life going forward, is getting Sons of Slam happening again. There's some walkers. Sweet, nice old couple, older couple, probably only 10 years older than me though, actually, having a nice walk at the beach. This is quite calm for this beach. Nice sandy beach. You're allowed to drive on the beaches on this part of the coast. So I'm in a 97 RAV4 today. Gives another driver. Weird zoomy car noise. Photographic wise, been missing my X Pro 1. I recently moved and put a lot of my cameras into storage I haven't really used the X Pro one a lot. I have a real hankering to use it, and it's in storage. So I need to get to my storage. I want to get that out. I carry a, let's see, we dig into my tote here. And the awesomest low pro bag I've ever found. Look at that beauty. Love that old school low pro logo. But in here, one of my favourite cameras that I don't use enough either. Oh yeah, the limited edition all black X100, the original X100. Let's focus, there we go. I freaking love this camera. In my hand it's small. It's not quite pocketable because it's quite deep, but yeah, I carry it every day with me in my tote, in that low pro bag. I switch between that and actually my X20. But yeah, I love that camera, man. There's something about the X100 series. I mean, that's the only X100 I've ever used, which is the original one. I wish it had classic neg, but other than that, I love using it. I love shooting it. It shoots my favourite black and whites. Actually, I really love the black and white filter on the Olympus system as well, my OMD EM10. The black and white filter in that is spectacular. Very different to the X100, but I really like this super grainy black and white. Back in the day when I used to shoot film, I shot a lot of black and white, and I used to work in a lab, and therefore I like just a consumer lab, like a 1 hour photo kind of place. I worked in several actually, and because you can put, what's that Ilford called? The one you could put through C41, XP2 or something. Anyway, shot a lot of that. Because I was printing it myself, I'd really pushed the contrast on it as well, and that was my favourite film for a long time. Actually, the Fuji 1600 black and white I loved as well. Used to shoot a lot of that for gig photography. Push it to 3200 quite often. But yeah, so to me the OMD EM10 produces that real high contrast black and white that I really enjoy, but the X100 produces like a smoother, less highly processed looking black and white, which is very nice as well. I don't use that camera as much as I'd like. I use my phone for so much of my photography now. Like, I shot this car today because I'm selling it, and I'll put a couple of photos here maybe. I shoot on the, as I said, my Samsung Galaxy S10, and I edit them in Snapseed, and I add about 30% of the their first drama filter. So I click on drama, which is like a HDR filter, but I reduce it right down to about 30%. For car photos even less, but it gives a real sort of, I really like it. It's good for car photos. It's good for landscapes as well. I would like to see camera manufacturers embrace apps and Wi-Fi. How rad would it be if you could use your X Pro whatever 100 Mark clip in 5 or 6 or whatever, and then process them with Snapseed on the camera and post them straight to Instagram from your camera, or straight to Facebook or whatever. Man, if I could do that, I'd go back to using a dumb phone, just like a brick phone, and using a camera for all my everyday photography. Only reason I use my cell phone is because of the apps. It's not the photos, it's not the photo taking capability, it's the sharing capability. And I don't want to pull the SD card, plug it into my laptop, open Lightroom, open whatever, do some editing, size it, put it on, you know. It's just such a longer process to take photos off a digital camera than it is to use your phone. Anyway, that's a little rant for today. Let me show you what it's pretty good. Actually down that way. That little island you can see, if you can see it, that's Kapiti Island. There's a fortress of a very prominent Māori historical figure called Te Rauparaha, and I'm related to him, and that was his lower North Island fortress. You can't approach that island from, you can only approach it from the land side, you can't approach it from the seaside. It's a straight cliff, so it's very defendable. And he conquered a lot of the lower North Island from there. Anyway, enough burbling. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for everyone that's watching so far, and please give me a like if you liked it. Even if you didn't like it, hit the didn't like it, and if you haven't subscribed, that would be awesome too. Cheers, see ya.